in the apocalypse would look fantastic.
I get that, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it would make sense if you found another partner, and pretty quick, honestly, in that kind of scenario.
Why do I talk about me finding? What about you? So about you finding another partner very quickly in the apocalypse?
I don't think I'd last long enough to find someone. I can't move much faster than a zombie, so, you know. I don't know, like, again, it's that thing of, like, when it's you're the one being asked that question. It's like, no, I would never do it, I couldn't, you know? But I don't know, is the honest answer. I don't know if I could or couldn't get with someone after you died, or I thought you were dead, in a zombie apocalypse scenario. I don't know, genuinely, I have no fucking clue, because it is, again, if you remove the zombie apocalypse side of it, you have the tragedy of losing someone close to you that rips you up inside and makes you want to just lie down and die. But then, with the zombie apocalypse side of it in there, suddenly there's something actively trying to kill you all the time. So that knee-jerk reaction of just wanting to lie down and die, that goes away because you don't have a choice. Because you're not going to get a soft, peaceful death. You're going to get a violent, painful death, and just the instinct of pain and wanting to escape danger is enough to keep you going for a short while at least, which in that time, hopefully you find something to live for, you know?
Unless you shoot yourself.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. If you commit suicide, actively commit suicide, that's different, but I'm talking about...
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's people who die of grief, where they don't commit suicide, they just don't see any reason to live anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So, but in that kind of scenario, that goes away in a weird way, at least for a while, you know, and eventually you climatize to the situation you're in, and that's when you get people giving up and just either killing themselves or just letting themselves be eaten, let's say. But, I don't know, after, you know, the initial shock and everything, if I found a group, and if I ingratiated myself, and I had made friends, and I found a reason to live again, I don't know if I would pair up with someone or not, honestly.
It is one of the hardest things in, like, series like The Walking Dead and stuff, when that keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, groups or friends or relationships, and then people die and it feels a shit, then you have to keep doing it over and over again. Like, yeah.
I mean, I gotta be honest, like, I don't think I would last very long in a zombie apocalypse at all. Like, I have no physical stamina or strength. I can't move much faster than like 3 miles an hour at the best of times. I'm very likely to fall over if I start trying to run. If I start trying to move quickly. I'm not very good at fighting, and I also get anxiety attacks. So, I don't know if getting, you know, my anxiety attacks are weird, and they get triggered, like everyone's is, let's be honest, they get triggered at very specific things to the person. But I don't know if, like, I just get overcome with anxiety and that'd be it. I'd freeze up, lock up, and die.
Yeah.
Again, I think you would do well, or better than me at least, in a zombie apocalypse. The only thing I'm worried about with you is...
Clumsy.
I can imagine you being a screamer.
Yeah. I'll be that twat. I can't help it, I just do it.
Yeah, the one who gets put down because you won't be quiet, you know?
I think I'd be quiet very quickly, but I think it would be the first. Every time there'd be this initial, and it would be like really bad screams.
Say you were like hiding in a room and a zombie burst through the door with a loud bang.
Yeah.
I didn't notice you on the way in, but is now in the room. I full on, you would scream. You would. And that would be it. You'd be dead.
Yeah.
That's your issue with that. Beyond that, though, like, if you can avoid those situations where you have to be quiet, if you keep moving, I think you would be fine. Legitimately. You'd last longer than I would.
I don't know. You have like group coding skills.
What?
Group coding skills.
Yeah, I
People
can...
listen to you.
Yeah, but the problem there, though, is that if the slowest member of your group is going to get you all killed, you leave the fucker behind. Whether they're the leader or not, you know?
Get on a motorcycle.
I guess I could get one of those little motorized scooters, you know? Can't catch me now, zombies! At like 3 miles an hour.
Segway apocalypse.
Oh, Segway. Thing is though, my legs get tired from standing on a Segway for too long. there's always a chance the zombies might kill me and learn how to use it, and then we're all fucked.
That would be brilliant.
Fuck you! Bitch! Segway now then. I really hate people who just like, outright, I would survive the zombie apocalypse kind of thing. Really pisses me off. There's just no attempt to be realistic or to really think about it, you know? It's a really fun thought exercise, you know? All these different things you can go into. And then you got some twat who's like, yeah, I would kill zombies all the fucking time. I'd have 2 chainsaws I'd swing around my head constantly, I'd ride a motorcycle, and I'd have bitches who follow me everywhere. You know? It's like, dude, you're like a fucking 40 stone fucking tub of lard who's incredibly short-sighted with glasses so fucking thick. If I put them on, I could see the surface of the moon. And you get asthma from basically chewing. You know, it's just realism. Come on. It's a fun thought experiment, and you need to take it seriously though to get that out of it.
Other things like that would bother me about the zombie apocalypse, like what would be the next thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I'd be afraid of gum disease gone wrong.
Oh yeah. I mean, how long does toothpaste last? Like expiration date wise?
That's a good question.
Because
2 years?
you know, like cleaning your teeth wise.
Yeah.
Even eventually, if you run out of toothpaste sort of thing, because expiration date wise or whatever, at least, at the very fucking least, you can get a toothbrush and scrub your teeth, and you can get baking soda and use baking soda as like an improvised tooth cleaning.
Yeah, like I think it's like difficult though, because something like baking soda is good for like removing plaque and dirt. It also takes off enamel. And it would be enamel.
Enamel?
Yeah, shut up. And it's like, it's not just the toothpaste brand, it's like, the mouthwash bit.
Dentistry's gone, so
Yeah, that's what I
if
mean.
your tooth starts to go, you have to pull it out yourself.
And you're not having,
I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
I could pull my own tooth out.
Oh god, no.
But,
Oh no. That terrifies me. That would be so fucking painful.
it's like,
I mean, I would probably have to, if I had to have a tooth removed, I would literally do everything I could to track down some fucking heroin and get someone to pull my tooth out while I'm fucking gone on heroin. You know?
it's a bit extreme.
Seriously, it terrifies me. I know, like, have you ever seen the pain charts of, like,
Yeah.
toothache is near pregnancy on that toothache?
Oh, no, childbirth.
Childbirth, yeah. It's near childbirth. It's not quite childbirth, but it's near it. Now, imagine having someone rip your tooth out.
Oh no, it's not like what gets me after like, and like why I think I'm bad with it is because like my teeth are actually okay. My teeth good. Apparently, punched it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Hang on.
Going a bit down because it's blood. It's like the low gum shit. So you have like gum disease, which is not just from the brushing issue. It's the lack of like, do you know what I mean? What you're eating.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking.
I mean, like, you know, in that situation, you know,
Or having like I need like my
no,
teeth
in that scenario though,
taken out, yeah.
the amount of like sugary things you're gonna eat and the amount of starchy things you're gonna eat are gonna reduce drastically because they're the things that go off first. So, you know, like the same reason prehistoric man died at like 40, you know, when they got really old, was because teeth-wise the teeth didn't get that bad until about that age because they're only eating meat, you know.
But like calcium,
But again, you
the
get
stuff you need for your teeth.
again, yeah, it's difficult now.
Like, and then like the worry is like, yeah, so if I had like a needed to have like,
Person in front of
if
me
it
is
happens
going
now,
very slowly.
when I need to have this next wisdom tooth removed,
Yeah.
soon, last one, it's like, if you don't get it removed, your teeth are gonna go, and then your gums are gonna go, like all that, because you can't take it out, like that is not even like
Yeah.
the surface yet, you can't remove that, probably kill yourself of infection, trying to get that deep down, you're fucked,
Yeah.
and it's like, then yeah, how do you keep maintaining it, like you have like salt water, it's
I mean,
pretty easy.
yeah, you could go into a pharmacy to get antibiotics.
But then, like, whenever they do that and stuff, it's like, yeah, but what antibiotics? You have no idea what antibiotics you're taking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not just, like, antibiotics. It doesn't work. It always works that way. And I wouldn't know. Like, at least you know if you're in a doctor's... If it's a common... Like, if they're the kind of antibiotics, like, general course of antibiotics they give to just people who are, like, elderly or
Yeah.
whatever, to fight off just things like cold and flus, like, that's, I think, relatively easy to identify.
Yeah,
But
I
if
mean,
it's, like,
would help.
gum-related or, like... I don't know, sexually transmitted diseases. I don't know. It's a bit more like
Yeah.
complex. You can't like know, and then you're just like wasting precious And then also the other thing is like nicotine. I'd rather have to give up smoking, which to be fair I can see is a possibility. Happen now.
Really?
But possibility. Because, you know, unless, but then I'd be stressed and it's not a good thing to do. Like obviously give up smoking the apocalypse would definitely be a good thing to do, but if you're not, you're going to end up with like chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that like lasts the longest and tends stuff that's probably like easiest to recreate.
Yeah.
Is chewing tobacco.
So
So
you
if
can't
you go-
grow, there's no way of growing tobacco in Britain because where are you going to get tobacco seeds, you know?
So you're going to be doing the
Yeah.
chewing tobacco, which is going to kill your gums.
Yeah.
But what do you think would be the second thing that would get you?
Honestly, because of the lack of like infrastructure and hygiene, things like dysentery, things that affect like the third world today, we have no. It's not again. We have a bit of an
That
advantage.
never happens in The Walking Dead. Everyone comes down with explosive diarrhea
Yeah.
every 3 weeks.
I mean, like we have a bit of an advantage where we live because there's a fucking stream running down every single valley, and it's almost constantly running, and the water quality is a bit higher than most places because it's constantly running water coming from
We're
the.
next to all the water reservoirs.
Yeah, we are, and it comes from the beacons as well. So we have an advantage with getting clean water, but then there's other things like, you know, like parasites and things.
Yeah.
The amount of parasites you get infected with just skyrockets without regular hygiene, and regular hygiene becomes very difficult to maintain when you don't have running water.
Yeah.
Again, things like heating enough water to wash in, that takes a lot of fuel. That takes quite a lot of work.
Yeah.
So you get stuck there.
Oh, I have a question. Right. Sorry, suddenly everyone wants tin baths.
Yeah.
Fire. Okay, so imagine you have this little colony of people that you're living with, and you're getting to the issue with like you need water to wash up plates and shit. You need obviously water to wash, water to drink, water for sewage, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's a way of getting gas to work, possibly if you want to
Yeah,
kind of it
you
in.
can get.
Maybe not. Like
Well, there are
it's
gas
cut off.
bottles around, like, you know,
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
about housing gas bottles, and
How are you gonna do it?
you're not going to have it for long, but they will be there for, like, maybe last a year.
Because you know, like, not going that far back, like the grandparents' generation, they do things like kids would share a bath.
Yeah.
Because it would take so much time to heat the bath.
Another advantage we have is that we're in Wales, specifically South Wales, so it wouldn't take much to get all the coal. Still there's plenty of it, like top surface shit as well, like on the surface. So we have fuel. I mean, it's not the cleanest, it's not the best, but it's enough to keep you warm, to make your food. I mean, again, we
Yeah,
are.
but then you'd have to also, like, it'd be complicated because they no longer, like, we used to have coal fires and coal ovens, we don't have that shit anymore, you have to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain houses that still have that in there though. Like, at least a coal fire, which you could use again.
Like our house has, like, it would be easy to reopen the fireplace, but no. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you ask somebody today, like, do you know how to descale and clean out washing machine?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess no.
Yeah.
Is it simple? Yes. Would it take you some time to figure it out? Yes.
Yeah.
Would it be done effectively the first time, like the time I flooded it twice? No. So I will get hold of a coal fire thing and oven, and I'll install it, and then I'll go mine some coal. It's not long and stuff, but it's not quite that easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's long term
And
again.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, so you have limited water, and what I meant is people, you know, when people used to do stuff like, okay, so two people share the water, and then you pour it on the vegetables to make them grow, water, making the most out of it. But obviously, when you do that, you run the risk of like contamination. So what would your view be on that? Would you run the risk of contamination,
Well, I think
but
you'd have to, honestly.
or would you rather people washed, I don't know, less or?
Hygiene is so important to keeping you alive and healthy. Again, the one thing we have to our advantage is where we live. We have access to coal, we have access to wood, we have access to water. You know, we have, and there's, you know, plenty of nice big strong houses around here that we could easily set up in that wouldn't be that easy to break into to a zombie, you know?
Yeah.
And we got front and back entrance and exit, so
That's something we have over like America and stuff.
yeah.
In the West, it's like old school stone houses. Mine, it's weird. It's kind of like a fine line with that, because for the most part it's great, but then there's also the thing where like it's old, so there's like cracks. So like, do you know what I mean? The stuff that's holding the big quarry
Yeah.
together is not great. Then you get damp and mold comes in easier, and you
Yeah.
can't ventilate it. Like it can fall to shit if not maintained
yeah.
quite easily, but it's not the rocks. But yeah, I think.
I mean, again, it's long term you'd be okay. I think it's the short term it would be difficult. learning how to do things that we've forgotten.
Oh, like here's one. Would you use? Okay, so you still have flushable water in the toilet in the house,
Okay.
right?
How?
It hasn't run out yet.
Okay.
Okay, there is one, but they're going to. We know it's coming, right?
Yeah.
Like some point in the future, because no one is manning that
Yeah.
water thing. So, do you make people start risking going outside to take a shit? Or
Oh
shit
yeah,
in the
you'd have
bucket?
to. You'd have to do that because
Because
otherwise,
it uses so much water
and you'd
to
have to
flush.
bury it and all that kind of stuff. But then,
Like, because yeah, and then you just got shit kicking around, so then you got like
One
yeah,
thing
cold
you
shit,
could
and then
do,
it affects
though-
the vegetable garden.
I'm not sure of the logistics of this. Like, as long as there's not too many people doing it, I guess. But you know, with the toilet, you could still use the toilet technically, as long as you fill the cistern on top of the toilet with water, with a bucket basically, and then it would still flush, and you could just refill it.
Yeah, but you're wasting the water.
Yeah, but you get the water from the river, you know. So make sure you live near the river, and then you've got access to water without much of a walk, you know. Like, I wouldn't live where we live, because where we live is a bit too much of a walk to get to the river. You know, you're risking it. You know, the further you have to go, the bigger the risk. But you know, like that house that's literally on the fucking river.
Yeah.
You are golden there. You're so golden there, because you know zombies come and surround you. Make sure you have a dinghy or something on the river at all times. You've got an escape route, a really good one. You just fucking jump in and anchor it, and you're off. The river will
I
take you
wonder
away.
how deep that is, though, that river. Because we talked about this on past the house. It's not
It
like that one.
varies from like knee depth to like 3 men standing on each other's shoulders depth. It's ridiculous.
Just say like your dinghy starts swaying towards the day. No, get the dinghy back, get the dinghy back.